Mhm.
Seems like we're live now.
And we're live, guys.
Yes. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to yet another Saturday Toycast here in Little Toys, Big Stories. My name is Max, otherwise known as Mighty Max Toys, and then we have our co-host and
Porcelain
producer
Piggy.
extraordinaire,
Porcelain Piggy. I'm the producer. That's the reason we're always late.
working with dial-up internet connection has never been an issue because clearly, we're doing just fine. And you guys will excuse today the sun decided to just beam in and out every now and then. So you will have holy me for a bit where I just transcend and filled with light, and then I just descend once again in shadow.
I thought
Yes.
you. I thought the rapture had begun and I had chosen you.
So Bambi Raptor's like, why the elf costume? There's a reason for it. You know. Long story short, this was a secret purchase that I made for not really myself, but for my mom, because my mom loves Christmas, and she loves that I wear a hat that she got me, the one I wore last time with the scarf. But the thing is that my mom needed an extra cheering this year, so I decided to buy this secretly and wear it during Christmas, our Christmas celebration. And honestly, what was her reaction, Joe?
It was amazing. It was amazing, and everybody actually reacted super well to it because Max went full costume, like yellow tights and all, guys.
Oh, absolutely. Right now, I'm just wearing shorts. I'm sparing myself the tights, which are very revealing.
Quite revealing.
And there's a story to there because I actually scarred your spouse in the best possible way.
That's okay. That's bonding. That's family bonding.
Yeah. And he had a choice, at that moment. He had a choice to leave the room, run away, to avert his gaze, or prevent the family from seeing anything and stay inside, keep the door closed. And he chose to stay inside and keep the door closed. But keep in mind, guys, I was completely dressed from the waist down. So it's just the upper, you know.
And yeah, he's a team player. He's a
It
team
was
player.
definitely a team player, so I give him props for that. Yeah, so this is pretty much the short story as to why I have this costume.
Yeah, so this live, guys, we're gonna do a little end of the year wrap up, and yes, that was a little Christmas story from Mighty Max Toys. And in this live, Max went ahead and reached out before he told me, can you make a list of your top 10 toy purchases for yourself this year? As I was gathering them, I was doing some mental gymnastics and some girl math to get to them. So, so there'll be a little bit of a discussion, and I know Mike's gonna have some pushback about my choices, but that's okay.
Interesting, interesting. And that the thing is that this year has been quite eventful. Like I had the opportunity to, actually had the responsibility, the task to create this album for my mother-in-law. So that
Oh.
she went and said, "Hey, make a letter for me, or write a letter for me, telling me about your year." And then I'm like, I don't want to write. I might as well give you a photo book,
Mhm.
So I went through every single month, and then I realized, like, man, we've done so many cool things this year, and I was like, you know what? Let me just share just a snippet of it, the toy aspect of it, here in the channel, because I think we have done some really awesome things, and I kind of want to like just cement it.
I think so. I think we had a really sick year, and I was even before you reached out about the top toys, I had already kind of gathered the top events of each month because I was like
Mm.
every month was packed with something. So when you asked me to upload some of the photos, I was like, I'll just include them in there, and then we'll just chat it through.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
we've had a year. We had an amazing year.
And you know what? Like, it's the best way to kind of look back and be like, you know what? let's do it all over again next year because why not? We had so much fun.
Exactly. So we're gonna pull up our album, right?
Yes, I have it ready at the ready right here.
Oh my gosh.
Here I go again.
No, your
Oh
light
no,
is good. Your light is
yeah,
good. It didn't
like,
shift.
I was about
Not
to say
yet. Not yet. Yeah, no, not yet. And guys, in the chat, let us know what were some of your favorite toy purchases of the year, or
absolutely.
some of like the coolest things that you did. Some of the events that you feel like made your year, made 2023 the year for you. Even like, if we didn't have such a good time in it, just think about some of the highlights, some of the things that kept
Yeah.
you positive throughout the year, some of the things that you might be grateful for. Because looking
Mhm.
back, I was like, damn, we had the accessibility to do so much.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? Sometimes it's the little things, right? Like for example, these are Hot Wheels, right? So this is I set up a slideshow so it kind of goes fast, right?
Okay.
So as it passes, we'll just kind of reminisce, right? And if you want to stop me anywhere, just let me know. Okay.
Okay, we'll do.
This was probably the best and rarest Hot Wheel find that I had. They kind of crushed with them amongst each other, right? And I sold them all, and I'm kind of sad that I did because they were really rare, hard to find. Let's see. Remember this?
Oh,
Clown makeup.
our clown purchase of the day.
Our clown purchase of the year. That was like we
Yeah.
were.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
and that's the thing. Like sometimes we made some questionable choices. Oh, this was at the All American Collectors event, the very
Mhm.
first toy event of the year that I went, and the new one's gonna be on January 21st in 2024. So I'll be hitting it up. I met Stephanie there from INS, and if you let it slide, I believe to the next one, you'll also see Tony from Totu, and I
Totu.
believe also Retro Butter is there too.
Yeah, Retroverse is right there too. And now here's the deal. When it comes to these conventions, we did so many conventions this time around, like small. And I know that for some of you guys, like it's you're like I do that all the time, every weekend. But for us, like this time we ventured out a lot together. Which was really really cool. Okay, we got comments. Why don't you highlight them?
Yes, and we do have Bambi Raptor. She said that her Kick Cycle Leonardo, new MLP customs and collector toys, selling her book, pins every once in a while, of course, and planning for the Aussie trip. Those have been the highlights of her year. And I have started reading your book
Aussie, 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 Aussie.
as
Go ahead.
well too. So let's see. And then Pee Wee says that he got a box K-pop doll that he wanted one forever. I don't think I've ever seen one of those. I'm not familiar with the doll.
Yeah, and I think Pee Wee also has one of the greatest kind of like revelations. Like the one thing is like, you know what? I want this, and I'm willing to sacrifice everything I have,
Oh yeah.
all my collection, this fraction to get it. And it's such a rare find. So why don't you remind us of the name, and we'll pull it up too. Now this was memorable because this was the one convention we went in Pasadena and went with Pee Wee, and Crystal, and you didn't go, and you missed out
Oh.
on this gem.
You tell me I could have been staying at that in the middle of the night.
I think so too.
I could have had dreams with Dipsy.
I know. And definitely for me, this was a banner Hot Wheel year. We like I honestly came in. I'm going into 2024 thinking I'm gonna just kind of take a break because Hot Wheels were crazy. Now this is where Cotton coaxed me to play hooky to leave my job.
I was like, dude, it was so worth it. So we were here making line in Golden Apple. And honestly, Mighty Max Toys was holding down the fort because he got there before me. He was making line for like the longest.
I know I was, but oh my god, was it so worth it?
Super worth. Like it's a once in a lifetime event, like to find him in such a relaxed environment. You didn't have to pay, and we could just literally just hang out and talk to other collectors.
And when you're saying him, like we're obviously referring to
Kevin Eastman,
Kevin.
the
Go
turtle
ahead.
father himself.
Indeed. So this is half of the parents, for
Uh,
sure.
And little do we know.
And you know what is crazy because this was in January and this kicked off the year of turtles for us, in which, fast forward, we have done so much turtle things this year. It's been insane.
It
And
really
they're
is.
just like, dude, look at that, it's epic.
I get shy. I get shy and nervous. So it's just like
Imagine when you meet Frank Welker.
I'm gonna pass out.
We'll talk about that, guys, because we want you to be there too. So yeah, like take a look, and right here, open this up, still there. Look at that! Oh my God, no, it's crazy. And keep in mind, this is a figure that I bought the year prior, right? So like, oh, last road has been a while, but this is actually one of my favorite purchases of the entire year because now
Ooh,
it's fully realized
with a
one
signature.
side. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
And the last round signifies the ending of Turtles, like the
And
closing of the final chapter of their story.
and then you have here Marcelino Piggy with a giant box.
I'm a little creeper and I get a little nervous, so I get really awkward when it comes to events like that. I'm just like,
Yeah. So this is it. We got this sign, and which is amazing. Oh, this is the cover you got.
yeah, because I also got my comic signed and then my box signed. And I have it on display. I was like, I'm not gonna bring it down. It's gonna knock everything out. I also did some hunting and I found alien guts. Actually found two alien guts this year, different sizes. And I was like, whoa, that's a shocker. That's a shocker. Actually, when I spotted that one in the wild was when Kaiju Crackhead reached out and he's like, where'd you find? And I had also found some other
Ah, I see.
kaijus that he wanted. So I was like, I love this because it's a piece that also brought the community kind of a little bit more together.
Yeah,
And
true.
I was able to share the location with him. That was from the book off in Little Tokyo.
Yeah, and you know what? Even though he's not here right now, Kaiju Crackhead has been one of those
He's here in spirit.
kind of like new member of the Toy Tangent family, right? Because I met him, in person at Grail Mania, right? The first one they made, and it was really really cool. And from there, he's just kind of been kind of woven into the Godzilla hype. Which, by the way, I went to see -1 yesterday. It was awesome.
Oh my
But
gosh.
anyway, and this is us doing exactly what we love in the place where it all started again.
Tears. Tears. And like we don't get many pictures of both of us rummaging.
No, we
This is
don't.
literally us at Big Lou's. And the person who took this photo was our mom. And I was like, this is
Leave it
perfect.
to her mom.
They were trying mom to find us rummaging. And that's all. That's what we love to do. That's what literally has brought us together.
Yeah, I like how
I'm
you
like,
shake it like a girl.
gotta find, you gotta find the gold. The gold's always in the bottom.
And a Big Lou's from Big Lou's Toys and Collectibles. Oh my God! Like he allows us to do this, and he just kind of goes away.
Yeah,
He's always done this, and we've been going to that store now for decades.
we have. We've been going since what? Since I was in middle school and you were in
Yeah,
high school. So it's been a while. He has met your spouse. I don't think he has met my spouse yet, but we do bring our spouses so he can meet them.
yeah, it's crazy.
I do wanted to highlight that like Little Tokyo has been my go-to happy place for like the entirety of this year. Whenever I don't know where to go and there's like no toy shows that weekend
Mhm.
or just I'm like Little Tokyo. Let's just hit up Little Tokyo and see what we can find. And that's pretty much what this pretty much showing. It's like yeah, you can always just go and pick stuff up. But this is actually not from Little Tokyo. This
It's
is
Big Lou's.
from Big Lou's. This is actually what I picked up that day that we were rummaging from.
Yeah, and we still have to go and do both.
Yes.
Okay.
We do have to go do boat at Little Tokyo.
And then here we have the signing, the second signing that you decided to go on your own this time.
Yeah.
You
Because
know,
I reached out to Mighty Max Toys, but he was like, nah, he's so good. So good. Because he's like, I'm not a big gargoyle fan. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go because like it's literally like 5 minutes away. I'm
yeah, it
gonna
was
be
like
there.
5 minutes away from you.
Yeah. I was like, I'm gonna go meet him, take a photo, take a signature, and be done.
And I have it. Let me show you.
Yeah, so I gave it to Mighty Max for Christmas. So he got the signed comic for Christmas because I'm like, I'm not a fan of them, but I did wanted to do that for him. There it is.
I framed it.
Nice.
It's nice and framed. This is gonna go on the wall too, because I like the fact that he put "We Live Again." And,
Yeah.
and looking at the color scheme too, like it's such a nice color scheme.
Yeah. And he
So
asked me, he's like, do you want me to customize it and say, for Max? I was like, nah, don't do that.
if I
Don't do
sell it, I
that.
want it to be generic.
That's what I thought, because I'm like, this boy doesn't appreciate things long term. So he's like, I'll sell it.
Now, also thrifting is back, you
They're
know,
just never gone.
in full effect. And the teddy bear thrift has been like the thing. Was this in January or February? Was this when the teddy bear craze began?
I've always had a little bit of a teddy bear thing, but I honestly, I think it because I remember last year I was already into teddy bears. I got my first Vermont bear last year,
Hmm.
so I don't know when it started. It's just been going strong. And then this is also when we went to visit Ginchi, which is Crystal's. Well, it's little Crystal's booth inside of Goods on Orange, right?
Goods in Orange, that's correct, in Long Beach. So we actually shouted out uh, the street address and everything, phone number, email, what have you, PO box, whatever. On a few shows back, and yeah, this store is really really nice. And yeah, like it was said, there was a place across the street you can get, breakfast, and it's really really good. I recommend the Lucha Libre Omelette. It's super
Ooh,
awesome. Yeah, this
again,
is Little Tokyo.
that's Little Tokyo. That's Little Tokyo because I got confused with the other one, but yeah, that's Little Tokyo. Always hitting it up is my go-to location when I'm a little bored.
Yeah, and for this right here marks when we highlighted one of our best episodes on the Instagram show that we used to have, right? Which we featured the Yolocos, and
Oh
I thought of
yeah.
including it here because this is the chaos, the fear that always happens when I open the case. And yesterday, I gotta tell you, I almost got teary eyed, almost
Hi.
because just like Godzilla, Porcelain Piggy's spouse is on a rampage right now. Dun-dun-dun, 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 and everything he doesn't want, boom, goes away to the thrift store, goes to the donation center. So a few items were harbored among the night. And you're like, oh, please take it. Just like Link's mom threw Link into the Deku tree.
I was like the mother of Quasimodo, you know, running away, and I was like, no, spare them, please.
And then, so this Scareglow came to my collection, harboring refuge, safe passage, sanctuary, you know.
Sanctuary.
And so yesterday, when I came from watching Minus One, I spent the time here in the office, and I supercharged them with light, and I turned everything off. And then I was just amazed at it because I put it right next to my Four Horsemen's Mythic Legion's. What's the name of this thing? The Headless Horseman. He's supposed to glow in the dark, but that glow in the dark does not hold a candle to this. And as I was admiring it, out of the corner, I started seeing ding, 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 ding. And it was the eyeballs of the aliens, and I was like, and it just took me back to being in El Salvador and just like laying in bed watching them,
Because when we were little, we would set them up so we could see them at night and they'll light up. And
Yeah.
also, they would bring little stickers that glowed. And Max had made an alien on the top of our room
Yeah.
that glowed in the dark. And initially, he had made it like angry, and I was like scary, and so he made it happy.
Yeah, so it was awesome. And I do want to acknowledge that you did give me some crazy bones for Christmas, and I've been dying to open them, but we'll save it for another episode.
Okay, because I was like, okay, I'll shrink this one because I also we have two packs of things to open. One's your locals and one is my like million packs of Furby
Oh yeah,
cards.
we need to do an unboxing, but we need to give you that setup, right, with the actual, you know. Okay, so the other thing we did was like rediscover things in Uncle Tetsu's.
Uncle Tess is delicious. Oh, also Toy Depot reopened this year.
Exactly, that was a big one.
So Toy Depot reopened. I went ahead and just hit them up because you gotta support your buddies. Not only did they open back in their old location, but they also opened a new one in Whittier, and
Closer
that
to our friends Pee Wee and Crystal, which is kind of crazy because every time we go there, we're like, I'm already gonna see them around.
and that is where I picked up one of my top finds of 2023.
Oh, so we sneaked one into it. My number one of my number ones is this outfit.
Oh,
This is
nice.
my
Nice.
top purchases. Oh, I see. You got one of yours already. I see. I see. Yeah. Oh, and let's not forget that the Barbie hype was at its peak.
Honestly, that was not the peak of the Barbie hype. That was the beginning. This was in March, and that was Barbie's birthday. So I already had
Mm.
all my Barbie merch because, true Barbie fan here. So we went ahead and celebrated Barbie's birthday at the Mattel store, and I just went ham and purchased a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. The Mattel store has always been, kind of like a really cool place to just hang out every now and then. And my wife has been joining us in these adventures. She's always in the background here helping out. But yeah, when it comes to like producing funny moments, she is excellent. Now I have no idea where this comes
Th-
from.
That's from Totu,
And yes, we hung out a lot with people.
the best son of good. I think that's the Pasadena one that you guys went to.
No, this is Torrance.
Oh, that's in Torrance Antique Market, and we had a victory this year. We had a
That
victory this
was
year.
awesome. Like I want to highlight this because this was an insane few weeks. You know, I took the role of the heel because I wanted to see Toad fail so bad, and I promoted every single challenger, and no matter who Toad was up against, the knot was too strong.
The knot was too strong. We have a very strong knot, and Toad became the champion, the Beast champion for Beast Madness for March, and that's like this is the first time in Toad history that this has happened. In
I
March Madness
know, I
history,
can't believe it.
he has never even come close. But we made it happen, guys. We made it happen. High fives on the round. High fives to the round. Good job, everybody. Good job.
And there
Shake
was
hands. Shake your
also,
hands.
let's not forget, some drama tied up to go back to our Instagram around March and April and see the shows we recorded then because you can see a full spread of that drama. That drama was wild. Some friendships were compromised. Let's just say that.
Pretty much, pretty much. And some friendships that hadn't even started were just cut.
Oof. They were like, "Oh, you're growing."
Goodbye.
So this is also the year where like I went full ham on my track. I rigged it up with lights and everything. Look how young it was, dude. It had no river. It had nothing. It was so bare. Now it's irrecognizable. And back to back, you and I got to go to Legoland.
Oh yeah, it's true. Oh my gosh. When I was looking back through all my photos, I was like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We were invited. We had the honor of being invited to Chat Migos.
Hmm.
And I bought all this stuff. The reason I have this microphone, the reason I have these headphones, the reason I looked for my camera was because I was like, okay, I can't go lame when I go to Toy Migos. When I go to Chat Migos, I want to talk to them nicely. And it was a windy, rainy day. My connection was fine when we were backstage, but as soon as we went live, everything died. And I was like, no, no, right,
Everything
right.
was so chaotic for you. I gotta say, I watched it and I love you. And like, damn it, it was cringe sometimes. I
Uh,
was just like, I could feel
I
for
know.
you. That's the thing. I could feel for you.
I was struggling, and when I finished that one, I was like, I don't know if I want to show my face in lives again.
Ever again.
I was like, I'm so embarrassed.
But it went really well. Like I actually really liked your I think you gave yourself too hard of a time, really. You know?
Yeah, but I was like, you know what? Whatever, we move on. We keep going, and this is part of the growing process, learning and growing and learning and growing. And the guys at Chapney Goats were extremely sweet, extremely nice, and we had a really good time. Backstage, it was awesome. And although when we went live, there was a lot of lagging, I think everything went well. I think like not the video went well, but like just meeting them and hanging out with them was
Oh
awesome.
yeah,
It's an experience that I.
they were the
It,
nicest folks.
yeah, it's an experience that I really wouldn't change. I'm like, even if it was such a struggle,
Struggle.
struggle, still
Now,
help.
I went the week after, and I thought that you and I were going to go together.
Me
Remember?
too.
I
Yeah,
thought it
okay,
was going to be like a joint show because our show is joint. You know?
exactly. So that's one of the things that threw me for a spin because I was like, hey, you ready? Let's do this. And then they're like, no, 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 you're going solo. I was like, what? I'm going by my lonesome.
That was the first time, to be honest, that you had, like this uh opportunity to go on your own, and you forgot to promote our show.
You know what? Did you want me to promote it when I had blown it so hard?
I know. Now the other thing is Toad won, right? Beast Madness.
Yes.
And the thing about Toad winning Beast Madness is that the victory was in the perfect scenario. It was on the day of WrestleMania, day one, which we happened to attend this time.
Yes, I took because it was the final battle. The final battle was happening when we went to WrestleMania, and so I made my poster with a scannable QR code, so people will directly just be thrown into Killer Carb Story to vote for Toad.
And oh my god, dude, people were you got people to vote. I don't you had the courage to ask rando strangers everywhere vote for scan this QR code. Just go ahead, go over here, like get the. I was just like, oh my god, the hell! I would not do that, but you were like super brave, and the Toad won for it. This was us. This was where we were, and she was just like, by the way, I know you're enjoying the show, but
Yeah, it was like in between stuff.
yeah,
And it was a little bit like like it was a little bit less noisy around where people were like shuffling around. I was like, hey, so can you scan this code and vote for Toad? It's like, hey guys, can you vote for Toad? There's another battle going on, not just this WrestleMania, something bigger happening. And then they'll go ahead and scan it. I'll take it to like the restroom. And as I was walking to the restroom, I was like, I'll get people to scan it as we go back.
and this is it. This was the last battle, and this is the differential. Okay,
We
dude,
tried.
you guys more than tried. You guys like look at that shark got wasted, and there was a
I
moment when you when
I got so scared. I got so scared. That's when I began to ask people because I was like, "Oh shoot, yeah, we're behind. We're behind." So I was like, "I'm gonna get everybody to vote."
yeah, this was it. Vote for
There,
yeah. Now this was kind of I don't know why she has like this shady face.
because she's a shady lady.
Yeah. This is actually some of the kind of like a bucket list item for me. I wanted to go to WrestleMania, and since it was coming to town, might as well. And I'm really glad that you got to come with me.
And for me, I was like, if we're gonna go to WrestleMania, and you already got the tickets, I'm gonna get us the merch. We just can't go with like rando stuff.
And I
Let's,
love that shirt too.
and it's my workout shirt.
Oh, really?
Yeah, cause
I
I
like how the
love
ring is
pump
right there.
still. Yeah, I'm saying, gotta get buff.
And this is Toad. Oh, and this is the Bulbasaur that you know you almost died out of asphyxiation in a fire to get.
It's like, oh, it's on fire. I'm like, can I buy this?
Yeah. Ooh, what's this?
Those are from Double Man, and it's like assorted figures. It's just again book off because I like live in Little Tokyo this year. I noticed on my weekends when I had the choice, I was like, I'm gonna go to Tokyo, and this is also when we were celebrating Toad's victory with some members of the Knot. We all got victory belts, of course.
And people were rejecting me.
Yeah, because you weren't even there. You were just you weren't helping, but you kind of earned some warts, not stripes. You earned some warts with us, and this is also uh Little Tokyo, we was Harajuku Day LA, and I met a couple of our Instagram friends there as well.
Again, Little Tokyo is one that has been a thing. This is Grail Mania here in Tozu Universe Torrance. Like you had, by the way, these are my toys down here, down the bottom. Oof, displaying Grails. So this was a Tony's attempt to kind of get more people into the store, um, outside the premise of just buying figures, but just kind of like treating it as a little museum. And the event was a huge success, so much so that they did it twice.
And it's
And
coming up on January 7th, I believe.
yeah, so it was really really nice. And this that Totu has been my kind of like my watering hole when things like Hot Wheels don't turn up and you have to dig through this. This is literally legitimately a cake because when you go to Ralph's to dig for Hot Wheels, you don't know what you're gonna find there. So be careful. Like tortilla, right?
Tortilla.
Panko.
You're like, I am buying groceries, babe. Look.
Oh, and a very special shout out to Pee Wee because he was able to get me my doll, and because McFarlane decided to cancel my doll, and he pre-ordered an extra doll for me, and now I have my doll. You know, he was all he also got a Batmobile for me, like which is crazy. So he was able to secure it for me. I bought it off of him afterwards, and I was so pleased because this thing went instantly. And I thought I had gotten mine, but I guess not. And also shout outs to Nuno cars because I was looking for the Godzilla car. It's a really hard to get item in this year for Hot Wheels, and this is like, hey, you want this? I'll ship it over. Just pay shipping. Call it a day. Stop looking for it. Here it is. So a lot of homie assists this year, which is kind of cool. You know.
And this is a year where you got your action figure Sona.
Yeah, we got back into Pokemon. Well, you got me back into Pokemon. Pokemon
Yes.
figures to be precise.
Yes.
And you were like, oh look, we need to I have a party, blah blah blah. And I was just like,
I want a party too.
I got a party too, and I got my own trainer too.
Okay, and this does segue me into my first regret of the year.
Ooh.
My first regret of the year is overbuying Pokemon because when I wouldn't find the ones I wanted, I would just go ahead and just buy one. It's like, I just part of the Pokemon world. But I was like, I ended up buying two of these, and I didn't even want one.
No, I guess my regret is buying too many Hot Wheels, to be honest, because I enjoy them, but at some point I'm like, dude, I need to do something with these. Oh my gosh. This was actually one of my favorite pictures of the year too. It was just even Jurassic Jesse couldn't resist commenting on it. It was just like, oh my god, you guys look so happy together.
That is true. You guys look super happy.
Yeah, this is also a customization, like me paintbrushing and kind of delving into the world of customization once again, which is actually very refreshing. It took me like 3 weeks or so because I was really just taking my time. I
Yes.
did all my pre-orders for Nightwing to arrive, so now I have like way too many and not a single picture of it.
I know. We're still waiting for the pictures, and you're
I'm
like, it's
still
gonna be a
waiting.
series of them.
I know. Renaissance Fair happened, and you have the Furby too.
Yes, this is one of my purchases of the year that I do not regret. I got him from Mercari at a super cheap price. It was like $60. He is kind of dirty. He needs a lot of TLC. He will have to be part of a Furby soup. But this is where I began to do my mental gymnastics slash girl math because I'm going to count this as one purchase and one toy because they're both rare Furbies that I wanted in my collection, but because they both have plaid and they're both vintage Furby, they count as one. Okay.
Okay, I see. I see. Well, you know what? Like this is why. Like this is actually a mental gymnastics. I didn't buy this year, but because it was signed, it was once again one of my favorite purchases of the year.
Even
So
if you didn't buy the signature.
yeah. This is me with Snacks. Snacks is definitely an integral part of the show, even though he's not really here.
Snacks
Uh,
has been very busy.
Let me see. Snacks. Let's see if he appears. I call him. Let's see if he slithers around. But anyways, and this also is a year of Barbie extra. Like I've been hunting for extras for you.
Yes, but unfortunately, a lot of them. I think you picked that one up for me.
Mhm.
But then the other one I didn't really want. But it has been the year of Barbie Extra. So my other purchase of the year that I am very happy with is that I finally got my Barbie Extra. What number is this? Number 11 with the green hair. And I'm again counting this as one purchase. I went to Mattel and picked up all the rest that I was missing.
Oh,
So,
I see.
so these
You're
three.
you're really with the mental gymnastics here today. Hey,
So this
Snacks.
is
Speaking of gymnastics, did you
No.
just come from the gym?
Yes.
You were like literally. We're talking about mental
My
gymnastics.
body's in shambles.
Snacks. Okay. What? I think you should just need to lay down.
Yes.
But you're here because
I know.
it's the last show of the year.
I'm hurting.
But it's okay.
Pain.
Snacks, you gotta
What?
you gotta push through it like your coach says.
No, I'm not going back to the CrossFit place
Why not?
because
Did they use you as a pulley?
I don't know. I don't know if I was the pulley or if I was pulling. I don't know. There's too many burpees. I passed out.
How can you burpee yourself? You can't. You don't have any legs or arms. So like burpee, you go like this.
I turned into a spring. Let me
Oh.
demonstrate. Let me-
Okay, got it. So Snacks went to the gym because he's like, I'm gonna start my New Year's resolution today. You know, so
And then I stretch. Just show them. Just show them.
like this. Oh, I see.
And just I can't move.
Like that.
I'm in pain. Stop it. Stop.
That was unpleasant, Snacks.
It was.
But you know what? You were featured. See, the reason I called you is because I want you to comment on this picture right here. Look,
What? It's really beautiful.
because we're doing highlights of the year.
Yeah, that was a really nice
Oh
highlight.
my God, you
It
have
was
a
really
hump.
good time. It's just my spine. Can you straighten it, please?
There,
I'm in knots and pieces.
yeah, let me pull.
You know what?
There we go.
This year I was like, you know what? Do I want to end the new year or do I want to end my life? So I went to CrossFit. And it was really rough.
But do you feel better now?
I feel born again, brother.
Okay, brother.
Yes.
High
Yes.
five.
Uh,
There you go.
yeah.
Now, what can you tell us about your experience at the Renaissance Fair where you debut your outfit of cleric, priest, high priest?
They kept calling me a pet, and I was an eternal being, and it was very offensive.
Oh, I see.
People are like, "Oh, I love your pet," to that lady with the headscarf. But
Uh-huh.
I am an eternal being. I am beyond pets.
Okay.
I am a possessor of things.
You're a possessor of things and
Yes.
lives.
Yes.
Okay. Good job, Snacks. So,
Yes.
but did you overall enjoyed it? Because I gotta say,
I must say that when I found the Jester Furby, I screamed.
yes, it's true. He did scream.
I let out a howling war cry.
Oh, look! What's it? What does Porcelain Piggy have?
Oh, it's my body.
Yeah, but he's dirty.
Yes.
He needs to
because the Renaissance Fair was hard on him too.
Honestly, I'm gonna hey buddy, I'm gonna recommend, all right, I'm gonna recommend get a carpet cleaner. Just get a carpet cleaner and just let it suction your whole body.
And then you're gonna be clean.
You're gonna feel a lot better after.
See, we're having a conversation here, guys. And by the way, so this is a toy I fixed, and now it's sold. We're doing a year review, okay? So you definitely stick around.
Don't sell me.
I'm not gonna sell you.
Don't sell
Snack.
me.
I can't.
Don't.
You were okay. I gotta say, you were forgotten this year.
He was missing.
You were
Yeah.
missing for a day.
You guys don't know the story, but it was really scary for everybody.
What?
You were left in a restaurant today this year.
Yeah, I was
How did you feel?
abandoned, hurt,
But you came,
emotionally manipulated.
but you came back, Snacks.
Don't touch me.
It's a
I'm,
Christmas
I'm, I
miracle.
want I want space to feel things.
Okay, fine.
You can give me a hug later.
All right. So,
Okay.
speaking of feelings, this was personal feelings. But didn't
Yeah.
you watch Shin Kamen Rider at the end of the day?
I did. I did. I watched it come in right. It just came a little later for us. It came a little
Okay.
later, but I did go watch it.
Where are you going,
I
Snacks?
don't want to feel.
Okay, fine. You can come back whenever you need to, okay?
I don't need to come back. That's the thing. Just like you don't need to get your gains, but you do.
You do get your gains. I mean,
You don't need community, but we crave community. You don't need to do that extra burpee, but you crave to
you know
do
what
that
I
extra
needed?
burpee. What?
We need it in the house. Toilet. No, well, not toilet. This is not toilet, but this are paper towels.
What does this have to do with toys? I see a massive paper
There's
towel.
literally three of them. This was my
Are those supposed to be post wiping materials?
no. These are the things we need in this home: paper towels and three giant banshees, which I found for $12 on Target on sale.
That's a really good deal, brother.
I know. I already sold one of them. And once again, highlighted Big Lose. And I want to talk about this because it's been a thing this year too.
It honestly has been a thing since the pandemic because I played it after, like, I played it in 2021, and it is a limited release Godzilla pinball machine.
I got
So
some
if you
local.
if
Thank
you
you.
if you see it around like your area, you should totally play it because it has some really amazing effects and a lot of thought and care was put into it when it was created. I saw a couple of videos. There are some videos on YouTube that show you the process and the movies that inspired it. So if you want to check that out, you can always Google it or like YouTube it here. And if you do find it and you get a chance to play it, I highly recommend it. You get like the cutest scenes. They picked some adorable scenes
Yeah,
of
they have.
the films.
Oh, Snacks.
I can't wear any more headgear.
Okay, Snacks. Why don't you say Happy New Year to everybody in advance, or you want to come back towards
Happy New Year to everybody, and I'll see you at church, aka the CrossFit gym.
You're gonna get swole? Is that your thing now?
Yeah, get swollen, be ready to roll.
High five, Snacks.
Thanks, brother.
See you later. Much love.
Much peace.
Go ahead and put in the comments
Wait.
how much you love Snacks.
Peace and blessings.
How much you love Snacks. If you love Snacks, give him a shout out on the comments, please.
But more importantly, do you love gains?
I love gains.
I love gains too.
Do you love gains?
You should come get some gains with me, brother.
Okay, now you're just recruiting for your weird CrossFit church.
It's not a pyramid scheme, but it is.
It makes you look like a pyramid, you know? You know, like wide at the bottom, like
No, you know what makes me look like a pyramid?
What?
Give me your hat.
Okay.
I'm a god.
Give back my hat. All right, go rest your muscles, Snacks. You've gotten swollen enough.
Yes.
You can come back at any time, all right?
All right.
Let me clean your eyeball for you because you have
Yeah,
moco.
Moko. Let's see.
Snacks is a
I'm Moko. It's a thing.
imagine if your faceplate were just to come off right now, Snacks.
That would be a new level of gains.
Okay.
Because they have a challenge,
Mm-hmm.
lose 15 pounds or 3% of your body fat. And I'm not qualified for either of them
Because you are 3% body fat.
because I am made of cotton.
Oh, I see. So,
What's
I'm not going to lie, the inclusivity is kind of killing me.
okay, got you.
Well,
Snacks.
anyway.
I have 8 ounces here if you need it.
Oh my God.
So you can gain it so you can
Oh,
lose it later.
gain to lose. It's a whole new game. Game changer. Game changer.
Gains.
Gains. All right, I'm going to rest what would be my quads.
Okay.
I don't know what to call them.
You're
But one
equivalent.
day, one day will be your quads.
But one day I'm gonna grow some legs and get them gains.
All right. See you later.
Thanks, brother. Oh, all right.
Bye.
Peace. Oh,
So that was Snacks, everybody. He needed to make an appearance. There's no way.
Yeah, he had been missing for a while. So what happened was a snacks party super hard. during a weekday and went missing for a day.
Absolutely. See, now Snacks is all about his positivity and like gaining after that experience. Now, this was Toys of the Universe Grail Mania 2, and one of the craziest events that has happened to either one of us this year, which is I sold a Grail. And if you want to see my in-depth description of it, check out our Instagram lives back in the day. Because I gotta say, it was a nerve-wracking experience. It was one of those. Do I have the money? Yes. Did you
It was a
receive it?
big sale.
Yes. I was like, oh no! It was insane.
So it was a
And this
big
is also
sale.
supposed to be.
Yeah, I had to share some of my stuff there too. Because initially, Toy Mania was like a really, really what's it called? It was late in the evening, so it was kind of not doable for me. But now it's like almost a whole day thing, no?
Yeah, it's almost a whole day thing. Yeah.
And it's like you can go in the mornings and it's on Sunday. So I'm hoping that I can hit up the one that's happening on January 7th.
Yeah, for sure. Because the next one is actually going to be pretty soon. And I gotta say, props to Tony. Tony has created more than just a toy store. Like he creates events where people really go just hang out. You can get food, drinks, stuff like that. It's actually really chill.
It's a hub.
And now this is where it began.
Who gave me a best friend? You gave me my bestie. Baby, my bestie.
I remember the day I woke up in the morning and I was just like, check Instagram. Because Warzone P had been prophesizing, and she has the Palantir, the little crystal ball, and she was like, I feel it. And she was going to trance. Oh, Furbies are coming this year, you know?
And that leads me to my other greatest purchase of the year. My coral Furby. I still haven't opened her. But you know what? Again, mental gymnastics. Here we go. Stay with me. Stay with me. So I'm doing category as this is also one purchase because it's a new type of Furby. So I literally went to Walmart this week and I picked up this entire Furby case. I also got these two from for Christmas from Array for Real. And there's a variation. Like Amazon ones don't have a hole for the hair, while the ones in Walmart do. So this is part of the one item purchase. I have one more. There it is. And nobody should be going to Walmart as often as I have been going to Walmart this week. So I went like 3 to 4 times this week. And I finally picked up a Furby Valentine's Day tin.
Look at that. It's so gorgeous.
It's beautiful. And there's like 2 other variations I need to pick up. So that counts as a purchase. It's one purchase of the year. It's one purchase. Tell that to my bank account.
you're gonna be doing your taxes like, excuse me, I only bought one item here. Why are you charging me so many times? No, and so like I remember when this was the beginning, and I bought it immediately because like, there is no way we've been talking about Furby for so long that we're not gonna have it in hand because Amazon is ready to ship.
Yeah, and
two
I'm
days
surprised
later, it was there.
Yeah, and then like after that, they were sold out online. You couldn't find them for like a long time. So I'm really happy that you were able to pick them up.
Yeah.
That car was gassy.
Oh, I know.
So we did a lot of toy shows this year, and we did visit. What's that? Oh, that was Max's trip to Japan.
Yeah, this was the first ever Pokemon Center I visited. So like, it's been like I'm moving through the slideshow pretty quickly because these are just the things I'm doing, right. And Japan was one of those kind of like life-changing events. It was kind of crazy to be there. Is
You're smoothie.
slowly moving.
Nice. And you actually got my spouse one too. Oh man, that's really cool. And this Gunpla is not gonna be there like forever, right? It's gonna be removed soon.
Not at all. Yeah. So this is one of my best purchases of the year because of the significance. Like I was in Japan, I saw the show, I bought it at the Gundam factory they have, and it was just a treat. And it was kind of
Spider-Man.
surreal. And I am so excited. You guys know by this point in time is a meme that I don't shut up about going to Japan, but I can't wait for you to have that experience, so you can be like, so you can be the one who just becomes a meme about not shutting up and be like, "Ah, that job with this, swim the sand, dude," like that. Chotomatico dasai, guy, girl, you're gonna be like, "Oh my gosh."
I'm gonna be like showing off all the stuff I bought and all the cute fits I made for it.
And that's the thing. When you're there, you think you're gonna buy a whole bunch of like toys and stuff. But there's just so much. It's hard to make a choice.
Ooh.
And big shout outs to the best purchase that I didn't make for myself, but you made for me. This was Spider-Man. And this is one of the times I tricked my sister into buying me something.
He legit lied to me because I was like, you know what? Contest Migos and Toy Migos has done so much for us this year. We've both won a contest. We've both won some prizes from it. Let's go to Toy Depot where we're supporting another homie and get some toys that we can give back to, Contest Migos. And this man is like, oh, you should get Spider-Man. I'm like, okay, I'll buy him. And then he's like, for me.
Yeah, see, now Pee Wee's on my camp.
So rude. So rude.
But I did find Furbies. Sorry, ambulance. I
They're
did
coming
find
to
Furbies
get
in
you
Japan.
for tricking me.
Yeah, I did find Furbies in Japan. They were 2,000 yen.
Oh.
So when you go there, try to find some Furbies. Because they are out there, but they're a little bit more difficult to find. I gotta say.
And Mr. Bones and I went on vacation to Canada. I was looking through my phone. I was like, oh my gosh, I owe you guys so many Mr. Bones videos because I recorded so many in Canada and it just never got to edit them. So it was like a really private vacation with Mr. Bones and I because we recorded so much, we photographed so much, but I just haven't shared it with you guys. So I'll go ahead and do that. That's my goal. So cute.
So this was me in Japan, Tokyo Disney Sea. Which apparently they love ham more than anything else. Look at Mr.
Yeah.
Bones. It's like, jeez.
Yeah, Mr. Bones and I went wine tasting in Canada. So I'm like on our way to Niagara Falls. So while Max was in Japan, we were in Canada. So we were both abroad that day.
So like, does he do the thing where he drinks and everything just falls?
Pretty much.
See, okay, aren't you glad I tricked you?
Honestly, Spider-Man is a great friend.
Hey, whoa, who's this?
He made a buddy. You guys haven't met his buddy yet.
Oh my God, we're just exposing how little work you've put into the Mr. Bones contest.
But I did get to shop in a Toys R Us Canada. And I got that exclusive Robin Jeffrey for Mighty Max.
Have it right here,
That sounds
permanently
like
on display.
because I was like, guys, what's something that I can't get anywhere else? Because like everything I could get back in the States.
I know, right?
I love Spider-Man just waving at people. It's like because people recognize him in Japan. This is walking by.
that was my intent. They're just walking by the. Just trying to,
So good.
And I did go to those giant arcades they have in Japan. Look at all this monster, man. It's just so crazy. Japan is something else, I gotta say. This was on like the thrifted items type of deal because book offs over there are insane. They're different. They hit a little different for sure.
They're built different.
Yeah. This is a Famicom, which is I thought about bringing up. Again, turtles in Japan, baby.
Oh, I was segueing.
Look at the price, dude.
What's the price? Oh man,
32,000 yen. I was like, not even.
not even. That's big much.
Big. And also, like from this, this is a nice segue for the next purchase of me throughout the year. One of my favorite one. Not the toy itself, although the toys are great. But the head toy. when we feature this health scope, completely different, customized. They upgrade the figure so much, and clearly, there's a love for Robin that I have. So definitely one of the best purchases I made. Was it expensive? Yes, but did I support a independent artist? Yes, I did. Now another one that I was kind of it was kind of magical. The purchase I made was this. It's kind of an honorable mention because I didn't buy it. I bought the Chateau. My wife bought me this, and this is Ho-Oh from Pokemon, the legendary bird who lives in one of the Kyoto towers in Japan. And where did I buy this? In Kyoto. And I
Nice.
was just like, it's such a symbolic thing. Like you don't have to have the most, articulated, defined, or super painted figure, but dude, like I could literally buy this, and I'm like, oh, there's a tower it was inspired by. It was just crazy.
See, I'm
You know?
glad now that you finally are able to see that they don't need to have articulation to be sick.
Right there, like I'm with them. And by the way, when you go to Japan and you are in a Pokemon Center, oh, dude, you're gonna be wild. Like everything around you is like so good. And I expect you fully to call me and be like, "Hey, what do you want?"
We'll
So
see. Not just I told Max, I'm like, when I'm going, just give me a list.
there's no such thing.
And this year we actually got to open some of the sorpresitas. We talked about this in some of our past lives, and this is what they look like. My mom went back to El Salvador during the time that we were out of the country, and she picked these up for us. And these are like
Yes,
little surprises. They're set by like gender, one's for boys, one's for girls. My mom, they only had for sale the ones that were for boys, so she just bought like a big string of them. And the toys inside are honestly gender neutral. And
yeah, they are. It's like
yeah,
a whistle. Okay.
yeah. So we went ahead and opened this. I actually have two left that we can open in a live together that are unopened. I don't know what's in them.
We
One of
should
them
make a
is
live all about opening, surprise packets in the
okay. Let's
house.
do it. I'm down. We'll do it at your place because you have the nice camera setup.
Okay. Wow,
Segue,
this picture is much better than I remember. It's like super good.
segue into my other great purchase from 2023, and these are a bunch of baby turtles. A bunch of baby turtles. And then this one was partially purchased by me, and then partially purchased by Max.
We
Bunch of
got
baby
them all, yeah.
turtles.
And then this is an also
Very little sound, but that's okay.
Furby had fun as
We
we
had
did.
fun. Honestly, this was great. Like, I went to the World of Barbie, which we saw the picture like earlier. I didn't talk about it much, but I paid for the World of Barbie. It was nice. It was fun. And but I feel like Turtle Mayhem was a little bit better.
Hurdles were that no matter how like who was running it, where they were running it, it seemed like it was just a campaign done well with a lot of love, you know. And we were there for, down to the time we finally saw the movie, you know.
Yes. Okay, and I do want to ask you this: since we did go see a few movies this year, I went to watch Shin Kamen Rider. We saw TNMT. We went to watch a Barbie movie, Godzilla, mine
Mhm.
one, and which you just watched. What do you think about it? And which one do you think was the best movie of the year from the
Whew.
ones you went to watch?
Okay, so I actually didn't watch that many films, right? Like you named three out of the entire year, and I think those are the only ones I've watched. And I gotta say, Godzilla is probably the best one because I just really, really love the way Godzilla looks. Like when I see it, I'm like, yeah, that's exactly how Godzilla is. I think it's the best one as far as like quality, story, everything. My wife was crying like booger, everything you can think about. Like it was actually a very emotional movie, and I was just like, man, this is done really well. And considering that, I'm basically Japanese now. Wet. I'm kidding. No, considering that there there is a bit of kind of like connection to it because it does hit different. I asked my wife yesterday, it's like, hey, do you enjoy the movie a little bit more because you kind of already been in Japan, like Ginza, right? Ginza, we've been in Ginza Station maybe so many times this time around. It's one of those things that you're there. You're like, oh, this is Ginza. So like they were saying, oh, Ginza, like oh, and I was just like, oh, sure, like we've been there. We've seen the field. So it's just kind of like it really kind of tied up the year nice in a bow. By taking us back to that world, which we really enjoyed this year, which is very meaningful to me. Now, that said, the Turtle movie took me back
To
to my
childhood.
distant past, to the point that I was just like, I feel like a kid again, because everything that happened this year was just kind of like, it was like you took a breath in that age and you didn't let go, and you just were like, oh. It was so good. It's so good. So I gotta say, it's difficult for me to say which one's the best. I think they're both kind of the same.
Okay, for me, although I really loved Godzilla, the movie that I question because if everyone say, okay, Godzilla was amazing, all the feels, it was stunning visually, story wise. I too cried, I too sobbed. Um, but a movie that made me cry of joy was TNMT.
It's true. I remember that you were crying, and you were crying of joy.
And I was like, I'm very happy, and I think I will give them the top movie of the year
Yeah, I
because
see.
it's something I can watch again and again and again, like back to back. Like a kid that watches their favorite VHS. It's like, let me stop
Yeah,
and rewind it because I'm done.
yeah, and you know what? One of the beautiful things about that movie is that it coexists. It plays nice with everything else. Like it doesn't try to replace anything. It just tries to kind of fill this little hole that you didn't know was there. You know,
Yeah,
and then now that it's filled, and it's filled with something warm, and it's filled with something nice, and you're like, it was so cool. I really did enjoy, and the fact that we had this ride, and it was just like we went through it together from the beginning is very
yeah,
memorable.
it
Yeah,
was. It was so much fun. It was so
yeah,
much fun. I really that was a highlight of our summer for sure.
yeah. For the entire year, because it just continued on and on.
Yeah, and then
You
we
know,
went hunting a lot. We've
we
been
did.
hunting
This
a
was
lot together. That's something we don't do very often. Like I hunt by myself, like weekly, and my stories pretty much hits the shops, hits Target daily.
daily. Yeah, and then they thrift surf whenever I can, and sometimes you find some gems. This is me finding a whole bunch of GI Joe vehicles. That was wild. Just look at how many. I'm glad you took. I didn't know you took these pictures.
Yeah, I was like, let me take some photos. We don't take photos. And this is me rediscovering the Macy's Toys R Us. I was like, hey, the dungeon is gone and they've added some color and they even added Jeffrey. So it's just a reminder, guys. Visit them because they do have some pretty good clearance items there.
Gotta
Um,
say, yeah.
Not every, people don't go to Macy's for toys. So go check it out. Most likely right now they're having some pretty good clearances. I went to the mall yesterday to get my yearly Uncle Tetsu cheesecake for the end of the year. And I went to Hot Topic and they were having a sick sale. Buy one, get three free from clearance.
Dang.
So I ended up buying a bunch of necklaces and earrings. And then I also bought this necklace right there. This one was not part of the clearance, but it was like 30% off. And I had $10 um, Hot Topic cash. So it was free. And
How
I,
long was it since you had that cash, dude?
oh
You've
no,
been a
because,
member of Hot Topic since forever.
yeah, no, but the cash expires like monthly. So
Hmm.
because I did a lot of Christmas shopping on Hot Topic for our family members, I ended up, racking in some rewards with that. And I only ended up paying like $6 for my entire haul because I paid for that one clearance item that gave me the other three stuff for free.
Do you remember when Hot Topic still had fire?
Oh
Outside.
my gosh. Yes. I remember when Hot Topic was actually like still with goth. I would love going to Hot Topic. It's like the only place I can listen to metal.
Yeah, and then the marriage, and a lot of people didn't go because like all the squares, they were like, oh, I can't be around this store. So it was always like very focused. And I remember the employees, they looked completely different. Like they came out straight out of the music video. It was just like, whoa, that was crazy.
My
Oh,
my
Sharon Dark.
ve- my very first like I would always go there and could only afford the pins, but my very first like purchase from Hot Topic was this like rocker black and red skirt that had like patched up like white sewn in, and it had like studs in it. I loved that skirt. I think I only wore it twice, but I loved it because I'm like, this is my Hot Topic skirt. I paid like the $45 for it.
Also, highlight the comment that the Hot Topic was such a goth dungeon, and it was scary, exciting to go in. And that's what it did. Before. Oh, look,
He's too holy for Hot
there
Topic.
you go. I know. God was like, hey, no. But yeah, going to Hot Topic felt like going to an. It's like an experience, like a ride, you know. And speaking of something super scary, I love this entire pinball machine. It's so cool.
Yes. Yes.
What happened?
I know. I thought you were going to talk about the event that you're trying to get me to go.
Oh, well, now that you mention it. So
So
you
he's
guys
like, I'm scooting away.
last time, the Porcelain Pig is gonna scoot away out of frame here because here's the deal. TF is gonna be here in March. So this is Transformers convention, okay? And now they're going to have a reunion of the original voice cast for Megatron and Bumblebee and Optimus Prime. So Peter Cullen's going to be there and Frank Welker. Now, when I heard Frank Welker, I was like, okay, we need to go because Porcelain Piggy has been in the hunt just to see him. I mean, you like this man so much, and his work means so much that I'm like, you need to meet him, especially because he's really old and difficult to track down. So I went ahead and I put my money where the mouth is, and I bought the 2 tickets, one for you, one for me. Let's go. We're gonna have it. And then she's like, when I told her about it, she was just like all confused.
Because I'm scared. Never meet your heroes. I'm scared.
So what if he? I don't know. What if he does the voice when you're there? I don't know.
Like his voice is practically Freddy's voice, So I'm like, I don't know. He's also Scooby. I don't know. But I am. I want to go, but I'm scared.
You're going no matter what. I got the ticket.
Okay.
This year, I got to meet the Fellowship of the Ring, all the hobbits: Pippin, Merry, Sam, and Frodo. And it was one of those things like I also didn't want to meet my heroes because for my wife and I, the Fellowship of the Ring and everything that's Tolkien, it means so much to us, right? So meeting the actors is going to be like, oh my god, are they going to just ruin it to the point that we can't watch the movies anymore because they're like too douchey or irreverent? Like, what's going on? But they were amazing, and I was just like, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. You know, like I'm so glad that we had such a great time. Like together they have such chemistry. Like there's really not that much of a departure between who we see on screen and who they are in real life. Just super nice.
Yeah, and you have Bambi Raptor freaking out over here in the chat because as she says, the Lord of the Ring is love and life.
It is, and it was cool also to get kind of like that. They hinted at the fact that they really don't care for anything that Amazon is doing, which was like, yes, and the whole crowd was like, yes, we don't hate it, we don't like it, and it was just like, excellent. Now, these are other finds, and again another.
Because I went twice to the same show because it happens twice. The All American Collector Show happens at the beginning of the year, and I believe sometime like in October is the other one.
Yeah, and we went to this one together.
Yes, this time we did go together, and again visited Stephanie and visited Tony back to back.
Animorphs.
And I did buy a small Godzilla from I'm not sure if it was from Tony's booth or from Retro Butters booth, or if they were sharing the booth, but I got that one for Cutezilla. And this is
Yeah,
pretty much what the show looked like. And we're going to be going again. Well, I'm going to be going again in January
I'm
21st
going
because
too.
that
There's
marks
no
the
way I'm not
beginning
gonna
of the
go.
hunt, you know? And that does bring me to another toy purchase that I did actually at that show. And it is both a toy purchase wow and a toy purchase regret
Oh,
because although I love it so, so much, I was so hyped by the fact that I found it and the price was so good that I went dumb. And this happens to me often. I get startled. So I got my very first stiff bear from this show, and the seller, she was like, "Oh, don't go yet. I actually have the box of the bear. I have his
oh,
box. I have his box for you because I have." She's like, "I have him. I have him complete with the entire box and all the paper goods that come with it." But my brain was like, oh, "He's such a good price. Pay, 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 and run away." And I love. And I was like, "She did have the box. I could have looked through the paper goods. I damn."
no, but I.
I get too excited sometimes.
Oh, and by the way, check out the comment.
Oh my gosh, you have so Bambi Raptor's family collects stiff bears and they have a tiger that she thinks because yeah, stiff are the different kinds of animals. And
Mhm.
although this is my very first stiff bear, I actually owned a different stiff animal prior to, and this was given to me by my auntie. So I would do want to share that here in the chat.
And this was also the show where we missed our friends Crystal and Pee Wee, and then we every doll we found was like, oh, here's Crystal, here's Crystal.
Yeah, and so my very first stiff item was actually this stiff pig that was given to me by my auntie.
Oh, now in this show, I also made a. I
You make
went
a
dumb.
oh yes, you made a boo boo.
Me apendejé. In this one, this was I had two. Well, one was shared between you and me. That Hot Wheel one, remember?
Which
That the
one?
guy was just like,
Oh my
you can
gosh,
get
yeah, but it wasn't in the show. This was at the Torrance at the Rhodium. That
at
the
the
guy was trying
rodeo.
to give us a deal. He's like, "You already paid. Take one more item for free." And I was like, "Nah, nah, nah." That was so stupid.
We were both like, no, no, no. Like it's if it didn't register. For like in this show, the biggest regret was that I saw a gorgeous, just beautiful poster for Silverhawks that was essentially the main poster of the movie, right? Which was broken down into multiple episodes. But it's them like flying out, the standard, just like this, and you can see their wings, and everything was shiny. Everything was like back metal. And I looked at it, and the guy was like, "Oh, it's like $30." And I'm like, oh, I'll come back for it. Nobody's gonna get it for this high price. And I came back, gone. I was like, fudge. And then I come to find out that this was a special variant that was given only to the people who worked on the movie because the regular one doesn't have the shiny bits. The exclusive does. I was like, oh no, I died.
You're like, I make them today. No, that was me too with a Furby. Oh, but by the way, go to the next one. But that's my mom's toy. If you move to the right,
Oh, this
that's
one, yeah.
my mom's Chewbacca that she took with her.
Yes. And today was this year was also memorable because we looked at we kind of experienced another kind of once in a lifetime before anything happens event, which is we witnessed John Williams,
Yes.
perform the songs and symphonies from all the movies he's worked on: Indiana Jones, Schindler's List, Star Wars. And I think this was a huge deal for your spouse. Your spouse was super into this.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
completely loved it. It was one of his faves. And question, guys, in the chat, do you guys hear a little ee, or is it just me hearing it on this end? So let me know. We'll see, try to fix that, whatever that sound is, because it just started like a little bit ago.
And look at the comment.
You went to that too? We missed each other. Oh my gosh.
Dude, no way. We were there. We went to this one. We went to the one for We went through three shows at the bowl, right? One was a classic, a tour Star Wars theme. One was the movie, you know, and yeah, whoa, that's crazy. Again, you never know. See?
Okay, go back, go back, go back. This was so important. You know how people always find like Jesus in toast? Well, I found Furby on an apple slice. And like, let me worship.
You're like, I'm gonna put it over here, and people are gonna I'm gonna peregrine. Are
um,
gonna make vigils over here. What's the name of that word? What's that word? Not peregrine.
pilgrimage, pilgrimage.
Pilgrimage. There you go. They're gonna go pilgrimage to Portland Piggy's apartment.
Okay, I'm on. She says that there's no a sound, no e sound. So I'm glad. I'm
Okay.
glad. I'm glad.
I also won, the most likes for this picture. You know,
And you
and
got a sticker pack.
and I got a sticker. I'm grateful. Don't worry. Don't worry. I just can't hide the fact that I'm not. You know what? Okay. So the other thing is, this is my prize from Toto. Actually, this is what no, this is the prize from Toy Migos. This is what I got. I got a sealed mint in box, GI Joe, the flag carrier. No, no kidding. This was actually featured in the grand opening of Toy Depot in Whittier, and I took this picture because this is basically a museum piece.
Yeah, you're like, I'm never gonna see you, never gonna own you. So here we go.
And like the guy had it for a reasonable price, like $6,000.
Okay.
Which was, it is what it is.
Yeah. And this was a reminder that I did sneak off work to go see what was in the spirit of Halloween, but also that I did pre-order two items for myself this year, and one of them was the Ultimate Smarts Attacks
Yeah, and
Martian.
this year also marks when we made a transition from just buying at shows to selling at shows. This is my wife and I, and then later on, Porcelain Piggy and her spouse came in to help out and bolster our table. And honestly, it was really fun, although it was really, really hot, and we
It was
learned
extremely fun. My biggest regret of the year. I
this.
wanted that teddy bear so bad. I
This
passed
looks
by.
gross.
I love it. It's so well loved. And I was like, I want it so bad. I didn't ask the price. I was like, it's okay. I'll come back once I do a full loop to buy him, whatever the price is. I don't care. And I did a full loop. I came back and he was gone.
What is this? It looks like a scary movie thing.
It's a teddy bear. He's just has been his fur has worn down so much because he's been, it's so old. It's just been washed, hugged, snuggled.
Oh wow! It looks like
Yes.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
And one of the things I do want to highlight is that this year, one of the things that has pretty much that I look forward to read on Instagram is a Jelly Eye Kraken's story of Stinkor and Merman. So I went to my local Dollar Tree and picked those two up. Well, picked up two mermans and transformed them into a Stinkor and a merman, just because I'm like, that thing is hilarious, and Cutezilla is a big fan.
This is also a Hot Wheels Legends tour, which again, there's another highlight. One half a toy, apparently.
It's half
You
a
know,
toy.
and going into race because that's what it is. I love this picture here. You're so
Thank
mad
you.
at the car, like, ugh, this car has so many flaws. I'm like,
No, I was looking at the chat because we were live, and I was like, "Oh, something's wrong."
oh,
So you guys are also in the photo because I was holding you in the phone as we were live.
yeah. And this was the Rhodium, and we had some pretty cool pickups. And again, just this every time you come in and you visit, we go have the most fun, and that's been a highlight of the year too. Every time you visit, and you just chill.
I was like, "I'm gonna play with toys."
Yeah, and
That,
this is
I
another
didn't know you. I didn't know you took this picture. First
this
time
is a
I
nice
see it.
segue to another one of my favorite purchases, Seahorse. Seahorse is an amazing thing which everyone should own. People should own seahorses. You can use it with Barbies. You can use it with
That's
Aquaman.
true.
You can use it with pretty much anything. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous figure. Buy Seahorse.
And by seahorse. And I also saw that. Oh my gosh, Jurassic Jesse bought himself a seahorse as well.
Yes, yes, it's good. What's this?
That's my teddy bear. I've found him in the bins earlier in the year. It's a miniature Vermont teddy bear, and I've just taken him on my travels. because I'm like, I think he
Nice
deserved.
companion.
Yeah, he deserved a little trip. He was saved from ultimate doom, and now he's just living his best life.
And this is you hunting somewhere?
Yeah, toy hunting in Sun Valley, Idaho,
Oh,
and
my street went to Potato Land.
I went to Potato Land, and I do have a video I have to edit. So I just put that as a reminder to myself that I have to edit the video inside of the toy store literally
Yeah,
tonight.
because there isn't that much. Oh, I love this car.
I did pick up a Hot Wheel there too. And again, the Bear's Beautiful Travels.
Yeah, and this was when this was me running a booth because again I've run many booths this year for some reason. At Toys of the Universe, it's not Grail Mania.
Mhm.
It's not Grail Mania. It's
I
called
think
Toy
no,
Mania.
Toy Mania. It's Toy
Yeah,
Mania.
yeah. It's essentially an invitation, an open invitation to any vendor who wants to come in and use the premises to sell. And we decided to have this Hot Wheel, experience. And I gotta say, it was really, really tiring. But I had a lot of fun. Would I do it again? Questionable, because it's a lot of work
I think
and a
you would do
lot
it
of dealing
again
with
just for.
it.
I think you would do it again just for funsies, just for the fun of it, not for the business aspect of it. But I think just like for the funs.
Yep. But I gotta say, it was really, really fun.
I did want to.
Where is it?
Oh yeah, so I put this in here. These are just some finds that I spotted this year. This was like I wanted to buy it, but it was like over $1,000. It is a Furby prototype for the King Furby that's available on Mercario. I was like, I need it, but it was sold, so it has sold to somebody. Whoever
Oh,
has it, I know you're taking care of it because you know what it's worth.
damn. And
This
this year has also been the year of bins.
This is the year that I finally, introduced, I baptized Max and his spouse in the dirty trash that is in the bins. And they have joined me in bin hunting, bin diving. And I made sure that they're safe while binning. We have gloves, we have masks because there's all kinds of things in the bins. Sometimes we find some scented beans when you're there. So we just had a good time.
Hey, my wife has taken to it so much better than I have because the day before yesterday, she was like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna hit the bins. And I'm like, okay, are you gonna go with my sister? It's like, I'm gonna text her, and
And they
then
appeared.
and then did somebody say my name?
Someone say fresh trash.
And this is also kind of significant because this was the transition of like, get away from me, your Instagram. We're going to YouTube.
I know. We left Instagram because it was just making it more and more difficult for me to be able to appear, my audio connection, all of the above. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if, like, my phone's not old, So I was like, forget it, set it and forget it. Let's move on. And so we opened up over here in YouTube. So let's continue. Let's continue because I know we have gone above. We're at 122 and we have not hit all of our strides. And yeah, oh, this is go back. This is one of the memorable mentions that I had this year, which is the panda. The panda is we picked it up at the bins, and it's become my husband's favorite companion. So
Really?
yeah, so I'm like we rescued him from again doom.
And this is already Christmas time.
This is actually Black Friday. So this is a Black Friday sale at INS, and
Mhm.
it is my tradition to go and support our local business friends during this time. And yes, we transitioned into here. We're here now. And a Mighty Max Toys did get me a stinkingly adorable Furby for Christmas. I didn't get many toys for Christmas, but I did get 3 amazing toys for Christmas.
But then you got yourself a box full of toys for Christmas.
Heck yeah.
And this is there to commemorate that amazing birthday prank you pulled on me, in which I fell for it. It was completely my fault, like I fell for it. And I can't really wait for the pre-order to arrive so I can have it. Oh my god!
Oh wait, I forgot to do one of the things. Was from INS, one of my top purchases. Okay, you don't have to go back. One of the top purchases of the year for me was my Emerald Witch because I can finally say that I have added one to my collection, and her new hair just came in, so I'm gonna be repairing her
Oh,
very
interesting.
soon.
Now I gotta say, another one of my purchases for this year was kind of a mistake. I corrected a mistake thanks to Ross. Uh, I sold this guy during the pandemic because I was dumb, and it has a lot of meaning to me. And then I was just like, I sold it, and then I saw it back. They were re-released, and I was just like, "Oof, I'm glad I sold it when I did because otherwise nobody would buy it." But then here I am, sad that I don't have them anymore. So I'm like, you know what? This is perfect. It looks great, and it reminds me of when I got it. So I corrected that mistake. So for that reason, it's one of my top purchases of the year.
I still regret my pretty pony that I sold her. Still need her
Yeah,
in my life.
yeah. So this was
Uh,
essentially, oh,
yeah, just a year wrap up, essentially just
yeah,
visiting
it's,
Super
it's
7
towards
in
the
San
end.
Diego. Yeah, just keep going, keep going, keep going. Yeah. I
Glad I
oh
have Perry's right there.
yeah, taking our figures, I've been taking all our toys out on trips. Like we always make a choice, like okay, which one's going on a trip that day. And the latest purchase I did of those bears, they live under my Christmas tree. They're the bear and they had us, yes. That
This
is
has been
from
us all year.
it's like what's enough to do this? Well, from the us just to be straight up down.
No, honestly, I also want to mention this just for a sec.
Yeah, I found that at the thrift store, left it behind, and Max is like, "It's $1 million purchase." I was like, "Eh, set up, forget it, a
This is when
million
Zach was
dollars."
returned to us after he had been lost. So like that's why I picked him up. Like, my wife is like, I can't believe this happened. And this was
Snacks
being
and Rogue.
Christmas, you know. Opening presents is a good picture.
Those are the two pre-orders I did for myself this year. So I did pre-order the Ultimates and also Ken, and I did just want to highlight the top 10 of my purchases. My Chow find at the thrift
Yeah,
was us.
but
So we didn't mention because I couldn't find a segue to put him into it, but
same. I have a few over here.
yeah, and I pretty much just took a picture of all of them. That's my one Furby purchase, Then my bear, which is also regret and not regret. This is as a part of our one purchase because we get also the bunch of Bible Turtles 2 pack that goes with them. This is
Ah,
exactly like I got these guys. I'm like they're joy. They just feel the joy, and I really love Goziban and all the Goziban figures, so that counts as a one purchase as well. And of course, my Godzilla picked up at Toy Depot Whittier. Yep, we did her too. And I got into the monsters from Pop Mart, and I love them. I love them so much. I also got a green one, and
yes.
also from Monster Patrol in Little Tokyo, I did pick up this guy in like a day that was like a not a good day, and I was like, this guy cheered me up so much, and he's one of my favorite purchases, and he also counts as one purchase because later on I online went ahead and found this beautiful Jet Jaguar.
That's a beautiful JJ.
Yeah, and it comes with a super sick book. So go next. And in the little book, it also shows you like all the other collectibles available and which ones you got. So it's like
Oh,
so cute, so cute. And of course, my Furblets, my Furblet purchases of the year, and that's one of my regrets of this year. So I really wanted only one of these bears, but I was impatient, and I bought the entire collection of the Bear in Mind bears. Like it's not an entire collection; it's just someone's entire collection. And one of the bears has like abdominal troubles.
oh damn.
So I'm like, this is more than I asked for. Although he does have cute clothes. I'm like, I don't want him. I just wanted the baby bear.
Now, for me, just to wrap up, because I stopped sharing, we came to the end of the slideshow, guys. Number one, we bought this from Toys of the Universe, and this is actually one of the toys that my dad gave me when I was a kid, and I chewed the leg of this thing for like so much when I was a kid. I had that problem. But now here he is, renewed and perfect, and he came with a little stand that you can actually walk them on, which is great. I'm gonna figure out how to light this up because, dude, once lit, it's gonna look awesome. I also want to highlight because Green Lantern Corps completing them has been like kind of like a really cool pet project I've had in the background. And getting Kilowog and just kind of standing him up with the rest of the Green Lantern Corps has been a highlight. Another thing that I didn't mention is you kind of reminded me is this little towel. This is a towel that I picked up in Japan at a 7-Eleven or no, at a Family Mart because they were running this promotion where for $1 or a few yen you can actually get like the number, like a raffle, and you can get a random item from a figure to a towel. And I ended up getting this towel. Now, this is exactly what I wanted because in Japan it's so hot that you need to constantly pat your sweat. So this was always with me, sweaty as hell. you know? And but it's still like such a really cool little towel. Now it's been like it just sits there in my sock drawer, and every time I open it, I'm like, oh, I remember you. I don't need you, but I remember you. It was super cool.
And honestly, yesterday we were just binging Dragon Ball when I went to visit Max. After we hit the binge, we were like drained. We
And
had
then
some lunch.
there was
Did you
something
finish it?
pretty funny because my wife was just like, because I said like, oh, I was hanging out with my sister, and then my wife was just like, hanging out. You guys watch TV for like 2 hours. I'm like, that's pretty
Just
much
hanging
hanging
out.
out. And last but definitely not least, Cuddy Rhodes. I love this figure and I missed it, and I felt so sad and depressed because I missed it. And then I found it in Target, and I didn't think twice. I picked them up. Greatest purchase. I love Cody. It has been like the reason why I'm back into wrestling this year, and that's it.
That's it. That's the wrap up for all the toys you got. That's very
That's
few
it.
toys. I think I had more. You said top
Yeah, but
10.
I think it's I didn't do the mental gymnastics of bundling them up. Otherwise, I would have totally bundled them up.
And
I
I
would put
see.
all the Green Lanterns that I picked up today into one bin. Like I have so many.
That's true. That's true. But honestly, I think we had a really cool year and we got to do some really sick stuff. So I'm like, I'm going to stay, I'm like, I know by the end of last year, that was one of the things I wanted to do. I was like, I want to go to more events. And I'm glad that I kind of stuck to it because there were some times that I was like wishy washy about it. I said, I kind of don't want to go, but I'll push myself to kind of like complete it. So I think I'll do the same for this upcoming year, mostly with the Frank Welker. He intimidates me. But I want to go, and I do. I think one of the reasons why I also am not getting my hopes up for it is because like we still have to buy tickets for the signatures, and if we don't get it, I don't want to be like destroyed. So maybe once that purchase is done, I can fully
Then you can
allow
be fully
myself.
nervous.
Yeah, I can fully allow myself to like get anxiety poops and stuff.
All right, and that is essentially it. That is our 2023 end of the year wrap up extravaganza. It has been
It's like, I'm sorry, guys. We literally just were like the uncle that was like, "Hey, sit through our slideshow."
but you know what? I feel like it's a good recap, especially because we moved right from Instagram to YouTube. It's kind of easy for them to kind of get to know us and see what we've done over the year too.
You know what?
You know,
That's true. That's true. This is like, hey, guys, if you're YouTube only friends, this is what we've done throughout the year. This is pretty much what we do. And if you guys are Instagram friends that have moved over with us to YouTube, thank you for sticking around and thank you for making the trip with us alongside us, Family Raptor and Pee Wee. And now and then I see Truly Outrageous 80s.
yeah, I know. Truly outrageous is she watches on the replay for sure.
She
You
does,
know,
she does. And if you ever do want to watch some like morning cartoons, stream them on Instagram. She does a really cute setup where you could just like click into her live and you're just watching cartoons, grab a bowl of cereal, watch an
yeah,
episode with her, and you kind of join with other like toy community folks, and you just like watching TV together, which is bonding time.
indeed. So we will see you again next year.
Year.
I know. For the very first 2024 show, we will see what we cook up for that show because right now the year's going to end and I'm kind of just wanting it to close. I'm excited for it and I'm super excited for 2024. So we'll see what we cook up next. Until
I have
then, guys.
wait before you go. What I have a question. I know my sis wants to go because I want to know what's the last thing you want to do before the year ends, because right now
I
after
got
this
those.
slide I'm going to a thrift store.
Oh,
You guys Put it in the chat. Tell me what you guys are doing because I want to
So
know.
I actually want to tell you right now and why I want to go because at noon today is going to be the final farewell of Jeffrey's Comics. It's going to be an event that's happening at the store here in Torrance, and they're going to have drinks, food. They're going to be just come in, share your stories about the comic
Oh,
book store with us before we leave. You know, before we transition into an online only type of thing. So that's what I'm gonna go do, and that's what I want to leave.
but I'm glad you let us know now before you weren't saying. Okay, so thanks again for watching, everybody. We'll let this guy go, and bye. Okay, he's pretty much skedaddled.
Happy New Year's, guys.
Happy New Year's, everyone. Bye.